Okay, 6 games today. I'm going to go in order here. Number 1, I actually have Radford at Clemson. Clemson's a ranked team, one of the best, if not the best team in the ACC, top 3 or 4 for sure. Radford is getting 16 points. Both teams score a bit. I was kind of looking at it. I'm thinking Radford is probably going to be somewhere in the 60s. I don't know if they'll hit 70 or not, even though they can score, but against a pretty good defense. So I was thinking, well, even if they're in that 65 range, does that mean that Clemson's going to hit 82? Don't think so. So I do like Radford here. Like I said, especially, again, it's another cupcake team, even though Radford's, kind of a mid team. Before Clemson starts their ACC. So I'm hoping it's one of those games they're kind of overlooking. And do I think they win? Yeah, sure. But going to win at home. But I think Radford will score enough in this game that there's no way that Clemson's going to cover 16 points. So I'm going with Radford 16. Next, I actually have that Purdue-Fort Wayne team. They are actually at home against Northern Kentucky. They are giving 4.5 points. So 4.5 points at home. Interesting thing about this Fort Wayne team is they've been scoring a lot of points this year and winning games. They're actually 11-2 right now. They last game out they played Pittsburgh and Pitt really shut them down. But before that, the game before that, they put 86 on Boston College, averaging 84 in the season and 86 at home against D1 teams. A little bit more if you count the D2 teams. Northern Kentucky has only scored over 71 points one time this year on the road, so they're not as good of an offensive team anyway, particularly not on the road. It seems like one of those games where it's going to be a fairly easy win. I think it'll be a double-digit game, so they're going to easily cover that 4.5. Third game. Evansville at Cincinnati. Cincinnati's a pretty good team, but Evansville has been, like a couple of these Missouri Valley teams, they've been a very pleasant surprise. They are scoring a ton of points. Both teams are right now are 10-2. Evansville scoring 82 points a game. BYU, which has that great defense, is the only team that has held them under 72 points all year. So Evansville just keeps scoring. They're getting 17.5 points from Cincinnati. This seems crazy to me. If there's something that's going on out there, a major injury that I haven't seen, look at it, don't take it if something nuts is going on. But 17.5 points is insane. I can't figure out why. This is my favorite play of the game. It seems like something's wrong here. I'm not sure what's going on. But Evansville getting 17.5 points to Cincinnati, it seems like a really easy win. Game 4. Charleston Southern are getting 32.5 points at North Carolina. Again, similar to that Clemson game. I know this is kind of the cupcake game before the ACC starts. Carolina's had a little bit of a layoff from the break. I don't, if they want to come out and just pour it on and score 110 points or something crazy like that, whatever. I don't think it's going to happen though. It seems like one of those games that be a bit of a letdown game, and Southern scores, or Charleston Southern scores enough anyway. My guess is they're going to be somewhere in that mid-60s. So again, the question is, is Carolina going to put up 97, 98 points in this game? I don't think they care enough about the game to go crazy. Starters won't get as many minutes as you're loading up for the ACC. So 32.5 points just seems nuts. So I'm going to take Charleston Southern here. And then I have 2 more games that are actually totals. Both will be unders. The first one is Jacksonville State, Jackson State, sorry. Jackson State, and then Northwestern. Look, this game, it's 138.5. Last two, Northwestern has that pretty good D. And the last 2 teams, which were DePaul and Arizona State, both scored 46 points against Northwestern. I don't know how many Jackson State's going to score, but they're 240th in offensive efficiency. My guess is it's going to be somewhere in that 50 range, something like this. So then it's like, well, do I think Northwestern's going to put 90 points up? No, I don't. It's crazy. So this seems like a pretty easy under to me, 138.5. And then the final game, sixth and final, is Washington State and Utah. It's an under 144.5, 144.5. Both defensive efficiencies are around 50, so they're tops in the college basketball. Their D's normally, the defensive points combined normally is somewhere around 130 is an average game for them. Washington State just played Boise last game, and the total ended up being 127, which is where I think this will be closer to. So again, there's 17 points between that and 144.5, but I think it'll be one of those. I think they'll both be in the 60s. If Utah hits 70, that's fine. But I don't see how it's going to be a 73-72 game. I just don't see that happening. Both decent teams, but I think the defenses actually went out in this one. So 6 games total. I expect to go at least 4-2. So it should be a winning day if everything goes away. I expect it to go. It'll be 6-0. So we'll see. But good luck to everyone.